Hello everyone, it is now Friday, June 7th, 2019, about, what would you say, 11:20 in the afternoon. And I thought, let's see, and this is my younger brother. Some of my older subscribers might remember him from Christmas a couple of years ago, but I've got a lot of new subscribers since then. Some of y'all might remember my older brother from the embarrassing story video that was about a year ago now. Anyway, little brother, and I figured it might be good to do the same thing that I did with my older brother, allow him to tell an embarrassing story, childhood story about us growing up, and just put it right up, no editing. That is within reason. Okay, so he's thought of a couple of them. All right. Oh, by the way, his name is Kyle. Why didn't I say that first? This is Kyle, my younger brother. 2 years younger than me. Should we give our ages?
I don't know.
I'm 38.
35, about to be 36. So really, you're almost 3 years older.
I'm almost 3 years older. Okay. Well, don't get too self-conscious. There's like, I get an average of less than 100 views for video, so it's not like this is a big deal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I got 500 subscribers, but only like just a few of them actually watch the videos.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Okay. So you're gonna hold. That's good.
Yeah. No, this is fine.
Okay. All right. So you can correct any of my facts on this if I'm not right or wrong. Ashley got through this little phase where he decided he was going to squirt everybody with a squirt gun every chance he got. And he got a little handheld handgun, squirt gun looking little thing, little tiny thing. And every time you turn around, be squirting you in the back of the neck and the face. And just found that hilarious.
Can you remember about what age we were at this point?
I would say
Less than 10, right? I think.
Probably around that age.
Yeah.
I'd say, no, you were probably around 10 or 11.
Right.
And I was probably between 7, right around 7.
7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so, yeah, we can clarify that because the story would, anyway, change a little meaning with age. Anyway, so he was squirting us, and we were getting pissed about it, and he was still doing it. We were homeschooled, I believe, at the time.
No, this was before.
Is it before we were homeschooled?
Oh, no.
I thought
That's it. No, it was. You're right. It was like within the first couple of years of starting the homeschooling.
Because
right.
I remember doing my schoolwork and you squirting me. That's the reason why I remember that.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, so basically he would, we'd be
refilling the squirt gun a lot. Yeah. And I was drinking from it. I just never let it out of my sight. I had it a lot.
Right. And you would, every time you would get it, you'd squirt it in your mouth. It was almost like your little sports water bottle or something.
Right. Yeah.
And
got to where I was drinking out of it more than I was squirting anyway.
A lot. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It almost got to be like a little sports water bottle.
Right.
But yeah. So we got tired of the squirting, but you would hide it at the end of the day. And we wouldn't know where you'd hide it to be able to take it and just smash it. And there was
you would have smashed it.
Oh yeah. And so there was one day I followed you to the end of the day. I saw where you hid it. You hid it underneath one of the trees in the front of the house. And I was like, the pine straw they had?
Yeah.
You kind of lifted up the pine straw and shoved it up underneath there.
Okay.
I don't know if that was a regular spot or not. I know that particular day that's where you put it.
Okay, yeah.
So I was watching you out the window. I was like, all right. I thought what I was going to do whenever I found it. So I go over there, pull it out from under the tree, dump all the water out, fill it up with pee, cap it back off, day's over, put it back there. Now I'm waiting for the next day to begin. I wake up extra early. I'm sitting there at the window just waiting, and I see Ashley heading out there, so now I'm like, okay, he's heading out there, so I head out to the front door. I'm standing right there on the front porch, kind of nonchalantly, like, yes, I'm just here, you know.
This
looking at
part
the
is very
leaves.
vivid in my memory. This part, we're picking up right here with the part that I remember very, very well.
Just here looking at the leaves, you know, just enjoying the morning dew. And yeah, Ashley picks up the squirt gun, and as he faithfully would always do whenever he'd pick up the squirt gun, he'd make sure and prime it, because you have to make sure the first couple squirts you get somebody. So he primed it and put several squirts into his mouth. And at that point, I'm on the porch, about doubled over, about to fall on my face. I can't, I'm literally, you know, incapacitated with laughter. And I look up at Ashley, and he's like, what's this? I had to say.
Let me clarify, guys, I did not actually swallow it.
Oh no, it was bad enough that it was immediately spit out.
I spit it right out.
But it was still there.
Dude, man, I can remember that taste to this day. Okay, and my first thing I said was, what is that?
Yep, and then my response was, how does my pee taste?
It's my pee.
Or
And
something to that effect.
guys,
yeah, it's my pee.
after, completely accidental, but pee has been in my mouth. Thanks to this guy. But I can tell you this, I was just like, because it actually felt like there was particles floating in it. I'm just like, dude, how did that, wow. But I don't know how, like, those survivalists like there actually just chug the stuff, because that,
yeah.
I mean, it was an immediate visceral.
But
Okay.
I will say this, I probably ran faster in that one part of my life than I've ever ran in that particular part of my life, because Ashley picked up a stick and came after me, and I started running. He did not catch me. I can remember that particular circumstance. I was not caught.
Yeah, they got away with it.
Yeah, I was not caught.
And here's the thing too, I think it actually worked, because I don't think you had any more trouble with me
No,
using that
did
squirt
work.
gun.
That did work.
I don't think I ever used it again.
You never
after
did.
That. No.
You never did. I will say that. That's one thing I have added to this story before when I tell people. I said, if I was trying to reach the objective of Ashley not using the squirt gun, I was successful at that objective, because yeah, I never saw that squirt gun again.
Okay, we're at 7.5 minutes now. Do you want to tell the other one, or are we going to leave it at this?
Oh, I can tell the other story. I mean, it's
Okay.
not quite as entertaining. We were in Boy Scouts, and so we learned how to do snares and booby traps and things of that nature. So we thought that it was a fun thing to do.
It's like the survival class kind of thing.
Yeah. So we started getting creative. We were thinking, let's make booby traps for people. And so the intention, I believe, was for my sister, is what we were intending this one for.
I intended it for just whoever was going to answer the door.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was for Siobhan, because she was the one in the living room. But Lan and Ashley got together, and they had this bow and arrow. Now, mind you, it's non-lethal arrows. They had the blunt tips that would only probably pierce styrofoam, and the bow was more of a target bow that was for, you know, kids. But
Right.
we set it up. Well, actually, you and Lan set it up. I just watched and thought, I'm glad I'm not a part of that. But they set it up at the front door, and set it up in such a way that whoever opened the door would have an arrow flying at them.
Right.
And so I thought it was for Siobhan, because we were always trying to antagonize our sister. I mean, you know, what else?
Little sister.
Yeah, what else are brothers for?
Right.
And so we set it up and went to, you know,
knocked on the door and ran off.
I said we. You set it up. You and
I
Lan
set it up. Me and Lan, yeah, and then I knocked on the door and ran off.
Yeah. And after we did, Dad answers the door. And apparently the angle, the trajectory of the arrow was close enough that it went right by his head.
It did. I don't know if I misjudged the angle or just didn't think, well, people have eyes. And
Right.
those eyes can be damaged.
Right. And my dad went about 3 shades of purple.
Oh, he was angry.
Yeah. It grabbed Ashley
He
and
caught
Lan.
us.
Yeah, he caught y'all.
He got us.
about on the side of the house.
Yeah.
And I remember a lot of thrashing and screaming as y'all were dragged into the house.
Yeah.
And let's just say some good old Southern...
Yeah, we got our just desserts.
Good old Southern
Definitely.
discipline and went on after that.
See, now this was... Well, I was actually drawing inspiration from, I think it was a made-for-TV movie called The Skunk Kids. And they had like some villains that they had subdued by filling this entire room full of booby traps. And this was like every time you opened a closet door or answered a phone or something, it was like Kevin McAllister on steroids. And I'd drawn inspiration from that.
You know, that may have been part of our inspiration too, was Home Alone.
Yeah, well, no, this was before Home Alone.
It was?
And I had figured out that a good way to booby trap a front door, the kind that swing inwards, is to just lean a piece of wood on the front door and then knock on it and run off. It was about the most simple one, but I wanted to level things up. I wanted to get more complicated. I wanted the bow and arrow.
I do remember that, the long piece of wood on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that one actually was used on me a couple of times. I can remember opening the door and all of a sudden here comes a big old piece of lumber.
Yeah, and Dad actually, I used the shorter one time. It was a 2x6, and he actually it was short enough that it hit his foot, and he was in pain.
I remember that.
I got disciplined for that one too. But, you know,
yeah.
I had to work through my phase of, I think the bow and arrow was the thing that broke me, and I decided never to booby trap a front door again.
We were done after that.
That was
I don't
it.
remember any more booby traps after that. That was like,
Hey, guys,
just like with the squirt gun curing, that was
yeah,
the booby trap curing.
this was before Nintendo. This was before, you know, it was bored kids that just wanted to go find something to do, and we had a curious mind, wanted to build something, and, you know,
even
tree houses and forts and booby traps and...
Now, keep in mind, too, we didn't have a TV growing up.
No, we didn't have a TV either.
Yeah, we were United Pentecostal,
so
no TV.
We didn't have a TV, we didn't have a Nintendo at the time, and I think if we did, it was very limited on how much we could use it, and it was just like, we had to find ways to entertain ourselves sometimes at other people's expense.
Yeah, and we weren't well enough off as kids growing up that we even had very many game systems. I mean, whenever we got older and started being able to cut yards and make our own money, we did get our own fair share of games and toys and stuff.
Things got better. Anyway,
but through that time period, we had what? Two game systems. We had
the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then later, Lan got his like Windows 95 PC.
Yeah, we did a lot of gaming.
We did a lot of gaming on the 95 PC.
And then I ended up
under the guise of we got the computer for school.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, guys. If you have enjoyed these two little stories, please don't hesitate to indicate so by hitting that thumbs up like button. Leave comments down in the comment section. Subscribe. Ring the bell icon so you'll start receiving notifications. And look forward to seeing you in the next one.